Hello, beautiful people and some guys. How you guys doing? Compliment of the day. Yeah, you are welcome to my channel. Yeah, you have seen the topic, the head of this issue. Today we are going to talk about raising children in Germany versus raising children in Nigeria, Africa. Okay, my dear, let's start with the pregnancy. When a woman is pregnant, here in Germany, the woman is not allowed to carry a heavy load. It's not that it's not allowed, but it's not their culture to see a woman carrying heavy load. Her husband have to carry the load and drag the heavy load, like drinks upstairs, the shopping bags, and so on. When the woman is outside on the street, also carrying something heavy, passerby will help her to drag that load. But in Nigeria, the woman is allowed to carry a heavy load, even if she's carrying the load on her head. In Africa too, the woman is allowed. Nobody helps her. Her husband allow the woman, leave her to carry the heavy thing or when she's pregnant. So the next topic is that when the woman is going to wear trousers and shoes in Europe and Germany, her husband help her because she can't bend down with the heavy belly on her laps. So that's why the husband help her to wear the shoes and the trousers. In Nigeria, the women doesn't wear trousers, but some people does. The men doesn't help. They let them wear the things, the shoes and the trousers themselves. Maybe some does now help. And the next topic is that when the woman is going to deliver, the husband in Germany, the husband goes with her to the hospital, to the labor room. The husband is there receiving the pain with her, crying. Both of them are receiving the pains and seeing how hard, how journey it is to give birth, for a woman to give birth to a baby. In Africa, in Nigeria, the men are not there in the labor room, so they don't know how heavy it is, how hard, what journey it is to take a woman to give birth. That's why most men don't respect women, because the Germans, they have more respect for the women because they are there to see the journey the woman went through by giving birth. That's why the women have more rights when it comes to divorcing who is going to have the children, because the children belongs mostly to their mothers. So when the woman comes home after giving birth, the parents are not there to help. It's not like in Nigeria, the parents of the lady comes to help for so long, maybe for 3 months, helping cooking, taking care of the baby. In Germany, the parents are not there. They come to visit, but they don't stay. In Nigeria, in Africa, the parents of both come, family come, relations come, everybody come. The room, the house is bubbling to visit the newborn baby. In Germany, it's not like that. It's only the related family comes in, but they don't stay long because they don't want to disturb the newborn baby, the young family. They give them time to enjoy their newborn baby. In Nigeria, we have midwifery who help in delivering the labor room in the hospital. They also have it here in Germany. They are called Ebermen. These people come to you to help you with your baby for 1 month. They come every day and stay for some hours. By if you need their help by taking birth of that baby, they help you. They make sure that everything is okay with that baby, medicine and everything, oxygen, whatever, every health products are okay with that child. In Nigeria, there is no midwifery with you that comes to you at home to help you to take care of that child. That is also the difference between Nigeria and Germany. So when that child is growing up and started sitting, crawling, they buy a lot of toys for the child to play with in Germany, and sit down on the floor with the child and they play with the child. That's very good, which I think is very good at the Nigeria. In Africa, we also have to have this kind of system, sitting on the floor with your child, play with your child. That's how the children have more contact with their parents. That's why you see their children are more closer to their children, because they sit on the floor with the children playing with them. In Africa, you only put your child, sit on the floor, give him a little thing to play with, maybe cover bottles or things that that child cannot swallow, to play with. There are also families who can afford this in Nigeria, mother cares, buying mother cares for that child. But normal way of life, the normal life of people, they don't buy toys for the children, maybe little things to play with on the floor there and watching. As that child starts walking, the children in Nigeria, the parents in Nigeria have lots of work to do. They have to be running after that child, walking around, taking care of that child, that it doesn't get, or she doesn't get injured. In Germany, they don't do that. They just let the child free and walk all over the places, but they still put their eyes on that child. Like when the child goes to the kitchen, you know, the kitchen, there is hot fire, gas, cooking stove, cooking fire, whatever is there. In Nigeria, is a lot of battle. You have to be protecting that child from this place, and that's where interests the children to go and to see what is bubbling in that kitchen, that daddy and mommy is always blocking me not to go in. In Germany, they let that child go to that kitchen and touch that hot fire, that hot pot, and to experience how hot it is, and not when it's very hot to that child, that the child will burn his himself or herself, that he or she will be rushed to the hospital. It's not like that. It's only when it's just hot a bit, the Germans let that child touch that hot pot or hot fire, that next time when you are not there, because you cannot be running after the children. You know, little ones, they are so smart and intelligent. They, before they see you, they watch you. When your eyes is just away from them, they will just run down to that place. Papa and mama, they are blocking me from going in. So they said that's the reason, the German said that's the reason why they let their children touch that pot. Next time when you are not there, the child goes to the kitchen, will not even go to that kitchen anymore. He will never touch that hot fire or that hot pot. He will always be saying, when you are going to the kitchen, you, the parents, he will be telling you, or she will be telling you, hot, hot, fire, 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 hot, hot. He will be blowing his finger where he got injured in last time he touches, or she touches the hot fire. So, and you as a parent, you will have the time to do other work, other domestic work, maybe in the sitting room or in the dining room. You will have your peace, and you will have the assurance that the child will never touch hot pots or the hot pot anymore, the hot gas. So in Nigeria, you know how many years you will run around that child to protect that child from the cooking fire. And mostly parents, they have open kitchen that you can go in, there is no door. And before that child grows up to the age to know that that fire is dangerous, it kills, it's damage, so it will take a lot of years, and it's a lot of stress for the parents. So it's good you allow your child to touch this fire a bit. It's a good system from the Germans, which they also, it was not easy. I was also like that at home, like in Nigeria system. They told me, let that child touch that hot fire. I said, no, 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 it's hot, it's painful, it will burn. As I say, I run. I said, okay. I did it just the way I told you people, just a little bit hot. Since then, my children, they didn't go closer to the fire. And you, if you allow your child to test this, you can have the time when your friends come. Maybe they also have little children, like the age mate of your daughter or of your son, and you know children, they are running all about you, discussing or that gisting with the parents in the dining room or wherever, and they run into the kitchen. When your child has already tasted the hot fire, the German system, your child will educate the new one and tell him or her, don't touch that thing. It's very hot. It's hot. He or she will be blowing the finger where he got the injury the last time he touched that hot fire. And this child, children, they have their baby language. And these children, they will educate, your child will educate the other little one, and that one will understand with their baby language, and he will never touch, or that she will never touch that hot fire. So your child has also educated somebody else, which is very good. So this is a very good challenge, and I think it's good that we Africans have to also take this from the Germans to do it like that. So when the child is 6 years, they let the child go to the playing ground alone without the parents escorting them. When in this modern life there are lots of kidnapping, raping, the Germans, they don't learn, they don't care, they still let their children go alone to the playing ground. In Nigeria, Africa, once they hear one, they didn't even see it in the social media, or that they didn't read it in the social media, they didn't hear it in the TV, somebody just told them, hey, they have already learned their lesson. They will never allow their children to go alone to the playing ground, which I think is also good, because the Germans, they don't care for that. They said they trust their child. We trust our children, but it is good to learn from what's going on in this modern world. And so, when that child is 10 years, my dear, that child is already having a boyfriend, though, which is not allowed in Africa. 10 years having a boyfriend. So their parents tell them that, oh, you can be kissing, oh, but don't do the other one. Oh. They asked them why. They said because when that child is doing it secretly, you don't know. That is very bad. It's good that that child is open to the parents. I think it's also good for children to be open to their parents, and the parents can advise their children what it is, how it is, the adult life. So, and when that child is 12 years old or so, they take that child to the doctor to get anti-baby pills, which is too early, which I don't accept that system of the Germans. It's too early for a young girl to be taking anti-baby pills. By the time that child gets to the age of 18, adult age, what is it, adult age, to get married, and that child has been taking anti-baby pills for so many years. That's why most of them takes them a very long time and difficult to be pregnant, which is not good for them to be taking anti-baby pills at a very young age. I think it's not good. I think the system of Africa is also better, that they don't have boyfriend at the age of 10, fall in love at the age of 12. But I think they had some villages give their children out, their daughters so early to get married. Yeah, that could be victim of circumstances because of poverty, could lead to that, but not naturally. It's not their way of life. And so when that child gets to the age of 15, if the parents are smokers, that child sit together, they smoke together outside. If they have more children and some of them doesn't smoke, those ones that doesn't smoke are not part of the meeting, are not part of the club. They are not so close to their parents. It's only those ones, or the one that is a smoker, are very close to their smoking parents, which is very bad. All children are equal, and they are supposed to be loved just equally. There is no difference. I think that's very good for children. Parents, please love your children equally. There is no my loveless child from all. No that, please. And if that child gets to the age of having profession, they don't interfere into the profession of their doctors or of their son. They let the children do or does what he or she wants. They don't care, they don't advise you have to study, go to the university, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a doctor, you have to be an engineer. Germans don't do that. They let their children do what he or she likes, The male thing is having profession, she's having profession to rely on to have a standard life. Because here in Europe, in Germany, all of them have a good standard life. If you have a profession, you have a standard life. So there is no difference. Only the problem in Africa, if you are not a lawyer, lawyers, they don't even get job anymore, because who make problem, who make case when there is no money? They don't make case, so they don't make problem, they settle everything at home within themselves. But the doctors, when they are sick, they have to go to the hospital. So in Africa, everybody wants their children to be a doctor, to study medicine. In Germany here, they don't care. You do what you like. If it doesn't work for you, you can change, do what your choice says. What is your choice? That's the difference between the Germans and the Nigerians raising their children. And if that child moving out at the age of 17 or that 18 out of home, they move out of their parents' home so early, which is very bad, that the German children end up having igbese. You as a Nigerian know what I mean by igbese, having debt. They will take a lot of credits, paying, making a lot of credits, handies credits, bringing a lot of debt to their parents that they can't afford to pay. Then they move back to their parents, and their parents will start paying this debt for their children. Why should they move out of house or of home so early? Which I think the African Nigeria system is very good, that your children stay to a very strong adult age, that child can stand on his or her own foot. Take the system in Nigeria is very good in this aspect. So that is how it is in Nigeria and in Germany, raising up children, the challenges and the difference between the two cultures. Here, I end up my video here today, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. I'm wishing you a very blessed day. Bye bye.